Environmental Impact Assessment, or EIA, is a tool used to assess the significant effects of a project or development proposal on the environment. And one of the EIA processes is scoping. So, today we will be explaining one of the EIA procedures, which is scoping to formulate terms of reference, or TOR.
Okay, what is scoping to formulate TOR is about? Scoping is the initial phase of the EIA process, which occurs early in the project cycle. Scoping is the process of identifying the key environmental issues and the study's spatial and temporal boundaries. The scoping answers the question of what to be investigated and assessed during the subsequent phase of the EIA process and the range and extent of the key issues to be addressed. Scoping also ensures that only significant issues and reasonable alternatives are examined. TOR is product of the scoping process. Next, what happened during this step? During the scoping process, desktop analysis, stakeholder interviews, and public meetings may be conducted. Meanwhile, TOR sets the objective, define the scope, and establish the strategy and schedule for the EIA process to address these issues. Typically, TOR will define what types of information obtained from the scoping process are to be presented in the EIA report, such as specify what studies will be performed, identify who will conduct the studies, state when the studies will be carried out and the study timeline, and also outline the methodologies to be used in impact assessment and evaluation in significance.
Everyone was involved in the second step for EIA methodology, which is scoping to formulate TOR. The persons that involved are stakeholders, the public, especially the local community, the professionals and scientific community, government departments, and non-governmental organizations, which is NGOs. The scoping shall consider issues of concerns identified and expressed by them. During the scoping process, desktop analysis, stakeholders interviews, and public meetings may be conducted to ascertain whether additional information is needed to evaluate baseline conditions and potential impacts within the proposed project area. So, to ensure the project can be carried out smoothly, it will need the scoping process so that it will meet everyone's needs, and the next step can be done, which is baseline studies.
There are some recommended practices and steps in organizing scoping consultations, which are identify relevant stakeholders and local residents who are concerned in the proposed project. Next, contact the stakeholders and local residents to participate in scoping and provide the stakeholders and local residents information about the proposed project. Give contact details for information and comment. For scoping consultation process, arrange meeting place for getting feedback. Collate and analyze all responses and take them into account in the EIA study. Thank respondents for their help and explain how their comments have been addressed. If there is considerable local interest, consider holding a public exhibition or spatial focus group meeting in a community hall at which the project will be presented and staff will be ready answering questions and queries. Lastly, record all the views expressed in scoping consultations in the EIA report. That's all from us, and thank you for listening.